Hey everyone, welcome back to our sort of weekly chats that we're having. And the one thing that I absolutely love about doing doTERRA as a business is not just about the essential oils, but it's also about having an impact and being able to help and giving to charitable donations that are really important to us. So I'm going to send it over to Jan so she could introduce what we're going to be doing for next month.
Okay, hi everybody, and welcome. Thanks for listening. So I'm here this morning with Jason, and as you heard, doTERRA is a hugely charitable organization, from their own Healing Hands Foundation to individual people within doTERRA that do such wonderful work. And I don't know, Gail, how long is it? About 6 months ago? Probably more, probably close to a year ago already. Don't even want to think about that. It's been that long. Gail and I met, and and I was introduced to this beautiful Klingberg Center that she works with. And so I'm going to pass it on to Gail, because our charitable cause is focused on Klingberg. So Gail, why don't you tell us a little bit about Klingberg?
So thank you, Jan and Jason, and to all those who are listening. Klingberg Family Centers began as an orphanage built back in 1903. So John Klingberg, who was the founder, took in 3 small boys who were abandoned, and it began to grow. And people heard that he was taking in children, and it went from 1 home that he had rented to 2 homes to up to 10 homes. In downtown New Britain. In the early, in the teens, 1918 and 19, he realized that it would be easier to manage 1 home. And so he built this beautiful brick building on a hilltop in New Britain, which then was surrounded by farmland, and took in children and promised them a home and safety, and promised them that they would never have to go anywhere else and be passed around if they didn't want to. Fast forward to today, Klingberg Family Centers now serves over 1,500 children and their family members who have been victims of trauma or abuse or behavioral health issues. We have a fabulous special education school on our campus that we have 100 kids that are bused in every single day, grades K through 12. We have an outpatient clinic that has therapy for individual children, but also family members. We have a foster care and adoption program, a child abuse treatment services program, and lots of other different programs. But our goal is to focus on the kids. And we know that kids cannot be healed without the help and support of their family or their caregivers. And so we include everyone in this healing work. We're excited to have you part of that, that really great cause.
And I had the gift of, visiting Klingberg and walking the campus, and it is absolutely spectacular. And Gail didn't mention, but during these uncertain times, what they found was a lot of the people could not afford the basics, food. So, and other, necessities like, personal care products and cleaning products. So Klingberg actually opened up its own food bank, which supports the families of the kids that are affiliated with Klingberg. And so that's just another additional thing that they do. So they're thinking beyond, they're looking out for the overall well-being of these families and kids. And we decided it would be really, really wonderful if we could do some sort of a virtual walkathon or move-a-thon, partly because with doTERRA, as you know, we're worldwide. And so this way we could have people participate from all over that wanted to, what we're calling, step up for kids. But in addition, local people who were within the vicinity of Klingberg could also participate. So Gail, maybe just go through a little bit of the registration process.
Yep. So, when Jan and I planned this, we did it all via Zoom, because literally Once she visited the campus, it kind of happened that we got shut down. And so it was really hard for Klingberg to make friends. And so we really think that this will help us to spread the word about the work that we do. I'm just going to say one more thing, and then I'll talk about John Klingberg in 1946 was actually published in a Reader's Digest, an issue of Reader's Digest. There was an article written on him, and it was called "The House That Prayer Built." Klingberg was a very devout person who believed that God would provide anything he needed. And this article caused people from all over the country to actually donate to this unbelievable place. So this is kind of a redo of that Reader's Digest issue, if you will. So what we'd love everyone to do is to step up for Klingberg Kids. And the way we suggest you do that is the way that best works for you. Maybe you want to get a group together and do it together. Maybe you want to pledge or decide on contributing a certain amount for each step or each mile that you ride your bike, or each time you meet a goal that you've set for yourself. This does two purposes. It makes you feel good about doing that health and fitness that maybe, like me, you're kind of reluctant to do, but also gives you a really good feeling that you're giving back, not only getting healthy. So all you need to do is to go to our website, which is Klingberg, KLINGBERG, and you'll see a news tab. Just hit the news tab or search for Step Up for Kids, and you'll see it there as well. There's a whole description of a participation form and also links on how to donate. So that it's as simple as that. You create in whatever way that you want to.
That's great. And I know Jan and I were talking about, because we were discussing about how Klingberg, some of the centers need things like shampoo and conditioner and soap and deodorants and all that kind of stuff. Now, if someone has extra points or wants to make a physical doTERRA donation to the Klingberg, what would the process be for that? Because that would be an exciting thing, especially if you've accumulated some LRP points or some points that you're not quite sure how to use and want to use it for donations. How can someone do something like that?
So the easiest way to do that is just to mail it or to bring it to 370 Linwood Street in New Britain, Connecticut. Our address is right on the website. It can be shipped directly to that address with a food pantry marked for the food pantry. And that will get to our 100 client families that we serve every 2 weeks. And I have to say that while our partners at Food Share are great about supplying us with food, we don't often get detergent and cleaning products and personal care items. And imagine, thank God you have enough food, but you don't have money to wash your clothes, or you don't have money to clean the sink, to pay for products to clean the sink. I mean, these are all really important items that many of us take for granted. So that would be a wonderful offshoot as well.
Yeah, so you can actually have it shipped directly from your account to the Klingberg Center, to the food pantry, and we'll make sure if you need links, we'll provide all the links that you need.
Great. That's awesome.
Anything else that we want to?
I don't think so. I think we've covered everything. If you have any questions or you'd like to speak with us, feel free. You can get in touch with us personally. And then if you have any specific questions for Gail, I'm sure that she would be happy to answer them.
Absolutely. And I would also say for people who live in the New Britain, Connecticut area, we love to have people visit the campus. And so please reach out to me if you're interested in learning more or in visiting the campus. We love to have people. We actually have a one-room museum that chronicles the life of John Klingberg and the family. So would love to have you come visit as well. I'd walk around.
Yeah, and I think, yes, sorry. One of the most striking things that when I went to visit was Gail talked about the fact that people who were like kids that were residents or whatever would bring back their family members to
Yep.
see them, like to see where they lived and to look at photographs. And that just to me was such a testimonial to what kind of facility it was. Like it was obviously a happy, a happy home kind of environment, because otherwise they wouldn't want to bring their families to see where they grew up.
Right.
So I remember being so struck by that.
Yeah, and before we
Thank you.
go, Gail, can you just give the website, the URL again for the Klingberg Center? Just, we'll include it in the notes, but just in case
Yep.
someone's just listening to this and.
So it's Klingberg, KLINGBERG.org.
That's it. It's very simple. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening, and do what you can to participate so that we can get a group of people to walk and donate and be a part of this great organization.